Welcome to Songs from the Sticks. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Naomi. Join us as we sit down with indie Canadian musicians to discuss things like
the importance of community, small town music scenes, and creative sustainability.
We were never in it for the fame. Won't be the next big thing or a household name in a small pond. Couple big fish just wanna hear songs from the sticks.
Welcome to Songs from the Sticks. Today's episode looks a little different. I am sitting here by myself, and our co-host Naomi Shore is joining me on the other chair today. She is taking the guest spot for this episode. Naomi is not only the co-host of this podcast series, she is also an accomplished singer-songwriter and is working on her third album currently. So we're going to talk to Naomi today. Naomi, hi.
Hi,
welcome.
We're not side
This is
to
so
side.
weird. Yeah.
Side by
this
each.
is a little bit different today. A little bit different.
Yeah, I have bangs. I got a haircut, so we'll see if these are released sequentially or not.
Yeah.
If I have disappearing bangs, maybe, in another episode.
Yeah, you might. We'll have to see. Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
So Naomi, have you lived in Fort St. John your whole life?
Yes. I was not born here, but I moved here when I was 8 months old, so...
Yeah, so pretty much.
The easy answer is yes. Mm-hmm. And I've tried to leave a couple times, and it just never stuck, like many people we know. Mm-hmm. Born and raised. Yeah, but mostly here, besides touring. Living here, growing up here.
And what keeps you anchored here in Fort St. John?
Trapped or anchored? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the last time I thought I was going to move away or attempted it was like 2017. And I thought I was going to move to Edmonton. I was in a band with my friend Lindsay, Twin Peaks, and she was moving to Edmonton. And... yeah, then I fell in love with another local musician from here, and he has a kid and an ex-wife, and he's like a very normal adult. So now I'm a stable adult.
Yeah, you are.
Choosing to stay in Fort St. John.
And obviously, you like being here for the most part.
I mean... I think lots of people like to say it's like an ugly town with beautiful people. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so sneaky, Jessie.
So sneaky.
You're gonna have to edit out your own self slithering on the floor. Yeah, I don't know. I think I had kind of like a reappreciation for Fort St. John and living here. Kind of mid-COVID. First, it was kind of a mental, break, being trapped.
Yeah.
After spending so many years touring all summer with Lindsay, with Twin Peaks. And then there was sometimes we were touring all year long and we'd only have to be in Fort St. John for a couple weeks at a time.
Yeah.
But always being able to leave. Always going to find our echo chamber community of liberal artists and then being kind of stuck here in this northern, isolated, sometimes hillbilly vibe, Yeah, so the beginning of COVID, I think, obviously everyone was freaking out. But I did kind of have a reawakening halfway through that first year of COVID in 2020 where I was like, wow, I've been so privileged to be able to only show up in this town when I feel like it and only participate in the parts that I felt like it. So then I had to kind of come to grips with, like, a lot of, like, yucky stuff with local politics and, I mean, COVID times and now still. Like,
yeah, it was all hard.
There was a lot of crazy stuff happening. But, yeah, just coming to grips with, like, wow, I was really lucky for so long. And if I don't get to ever do it again, that I really got to choose this as my home base and come and go as I please. And I could come here to get grounded and then take off again. Yeah. But the
And
flip
there must
side
be something kind of special about like having your community show up every time that you do host a concert, like, or
Yeah.
perform live. I know you've joked about it at some of your shows that I've been to in the past about how, like, aren't you guys sick of me? Why are you all sitting here? But everyone just shows up. Like, they show up and they want to see, and they're excited. They're excited for,
And I think that's the, the upside of being the big fish in a small pond. Like Lindsay and I, when we started Twin Peaks in 2012, I think, we, people really liked our banter right away, and we sang well together.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both kind of in this local scene before that. So combining forces, it was like we just doubled the energy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when we chose to go out on tour, I think we were ready to, like, earn it, because it was, like, very easy here for people to support us and for them to like us. And it was like, we should go somewhere where nobody has to like us. And we're not related, Lindsay, to half the people in the town or the audience. And for the most part, I think any local musician we've talked to, we've all kind of benefited from the same, coming up in that same scene between 2010, 2015. We had Egan's Pub, was a really great open mic and community builder. And then, I think staying here now, it's like Ryan and I are both, local musicians, singer-songwriters. He has a band. I'm doing my solo thing. I teach lots of music lessons. But then we've also started this production company just to continue building community. Because I think it's, like, important anywhere, but especially in a small town where it's like, if you want it, you have to make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that from
definitely
gig working and creating a job and a lifestyle out of nothing.
Did you perform prior to connecting with Lindsay? Is that where you kind of started, or no? Okay.
Lindsay, like, Twin Peaks and Lindsay was my first experience, like, songwriting, or at least writing songs that people would hear. I wrote some pretty moody songs as a teen. More poems, really, that will never see the light of day. But, I played piano my whole life, took piano lessons. It never really occurred to me to sing until I don't know, was legal drinking age. And then I remember going to open mic, and this is the perfectionist part of me, obsessive perfectionist. I, like, turned 19, go to open mic at Egan's for, like, 3 months and just sit in the back and watch everyone perform. And then I'm, like, such a perfectionist and very hard on myself. So I'm like, okay, I'm only going to get up if I'm better than, 70% of the people, because my fragile little new performance ego. And I was just playing cover songs and obsessed with Lady Gaga. And then, I think the first time I got up at open mic, I was very loose, and I played Poker Face, and it was probably terrible, but I felt great about it.
Aww.
And then, I think Lindsay and I, she's a little older than I am, and we did go to school, the same school, like high school together, but we kind of ran in different circles. And then, it wasn't until we were, I don't know, I think I was like 22 maybe. Yeah. When we started Twin Peaks, and it was just kind of a fluke. Like, we sang together at a thing at Jackfish, the restaurant in Charlie Lake, and then people were like, you guys sound amazing together. And then I was like, do you want to come play at my cousin's wedding with me? And we both sat on my piano bench through the ceremony crying. So in the back of all her wedding photos, there's me and Lindsay, like, sharing a Kleenex. Bonded. And then Lindsay is such an incredible songwriter, and, like, has been always. And she learned to play guitar just so she could, write more songs and kind of accompany herself. Whereas I was, like, this trained piano player, but didn't really know how to use those skills for anything outside of cover songs. So, I think we both really learned a lot from each other in very different ways. But, then we started co-writing together, and it's bingo bango. That's all she wrote.
You're not always right. You don't always know. There's nothing to fix if it ain't broke. got nothing to show. 'Cause I'm just here to lighten the load. I'm fine on my own, 'cause I learned to be alone. I'm fine on my own, just fine all alone.
I mean, you've talked about Egan's. I feel like almost everyone that we have on the podcast talks about Egan's, but is there any other local venue or person that you want to shout out that helped you in those early days?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the early days, the manager at Egan's, I can't remember his name, Ryan said it in his podcast. Somebody. He has like 2 first names. David George, Tom George, Ryan George, something George, I think. Anyways, that guy, the manager of Egan's Pub, came from Ontario, so we knew all these exotic musicians from Ontario and brought them out. Russ, at that time, when he had the Northern Groove magazine. And,
yeah.
We had like a little arty zine, which is cool. Russ, yeah. And then Mark Bodner has been like a huge support to me and was a huge support to me and Lindsay, and he now is, he's Ryan's drummer.
Yeah.
But he owned the Computer Factory store way back in the day, and he drums in lots of bands, but he's very clever. He can build a website like nobody's business. So yeah, in the early days of Twin Peaks, like he helped design so much of our merch. He built our website. He, has just done, and I think he does so much for so many local artists, and he doesn't ever expect anything in return, never mind a shout out. So he deserves it. And then for Lindsay and I, in the very early days, we met Gid and Betty Ann Hampton, and they were kind of, what do you call it? Implants? They just like showed up. Betty Ann showed up to run the Cultural Center, our soft seat theater. And they're from Vancouver Island, and Betty Ann was one of the founders of Vancouver Island Music Fest. And her and Gid showed up, this married couple, and they're, in their 50s, but they're like artsy, cool island people. And they very much mentored us, Gid especially musically. The first tour Lindsay and I went on, he set up a sound system, taught us how to do it, wrote out instructions, like if it's feeding back, blah, blah. He was troubleshooting with us, like you're going to go out on tour and you're going to do your own sound. And like, he was really like supportive and influential, but then also like kind of a tough uncle to us, like same age as kind of our dads and uncles, and just like, he's supportive, but not like inflating our egos at all, and making sure we knew that like, there's etiquette when you're touring and playing live shows, and the way to treat a sound guy, and just like he ran a couple open mics and jams here, and he was kind of a polarizing figure for lots of people, that he didn't really mince words, and said what he meant what he said. But yeah, he introduced me to John Prine. I'd never listened to John Prine. I have a tattoo now for Gid and John Prine, and we named our business Bruised Orange Productions after a John Prine record, and he was a huge part of all of it. Oh no, I was joking about Kleenex. Anyways, what? Plot twist. Post-holiday cry. Yeah. Cut this all out, Jesse. They can't know.
They can't know we have feelings.
They can't know. I'm a flawed human being. Long and short of it, Gid Hampton, Mark Bodner. I think those are my two dudes.
The 2 main ones.
I mean, I don't know. But then there's also like so much support and inspiration from other local songwriters that are born and raised here, that stay here or go away. Larissa Scriven, who we had on the pod. She's a good buddy of both of ours. But then, like, Jody Ponto, she's from Taylor, just down the road. Yeah. She's turned into an incredible drummer for so many bands in East Vancouver and, like, doing it. Yeah. Jody Peck, also from Taylor. Like,
we've got some real gems here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about how you give back to the community. Bruised Orange Productions, obviously. But also, you are a music teacher. You teach a lot of kids.
Yes. Yeah. Right now I have 38 students, and that was cutting back from last year. I had 52, and I keep trying to, yeah, I'm very blessed. I have a waiting list all the time, and I've been teaching, I started teaching piano when I was 16, so I'm 37,
Yeah.
21 years.
Yeah.
And it started, like, I have a sister who's like 8 years younger than me, so it started where I'm like 16, I'm almost done my Royal Conservatory piano lessons, training, whatever. And then I started teaching my little sister's friends, and then my first teaching job was at Systems by Trail, a music store that's no longer, but Trail had some music teachers upstairs, and they did all the admin and got me all the students, and that's been also like just, you know, such a stroke of genius, I guess, on my mom and my Nana's part, putting me in piano lessons, that like it's become a career in a very similar way to teaching yoga, hairdressing.
Yeah.
It's like this skill that you can do anywhere.
Yes.
People always need it, and you kind of make your own schedule. And so I've worked at music stores. I've worked for myself mostly, but then I've like rented a space here and there. I've taught out of most of the homes I've lived in, you know, but it's, yeah. And that then I get to say that I am a full-time musician.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Like I don't have,
it
my
helps
day
you
job
pay,
is
it helps you
also
pay the bills,
the
right?
same thing.
Yeah.
And yeah. So the teaching, it's by the end of the school year, I'm ready to not.
And you work through the school year, like, so you take summers off typically.
Yeah,
spring
this
break,
last summer
things like that.
and spring break, I did songwriting camps, and I have been hustling up other events throughout the year, but yeah, it's been pretty great, and the teaching of kids on like a community level. I feel very grateful and happy that they like me, and I know the longer I've taught, the better teacher I've become, obviously, but also just like having a waiting list, having like siblings and cousins from the same families that come for lessons, and we just, for Christmas this year, I took a handful of students, well, a couple handfuls, 15 or something, to the care home to go.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, we're all learning the same 10 Christmas songs. We don't need to have a recital where we hear 20 renditions of Jingle Bells one at a time. We all know Jingle Bells, so we just had kind of a sing-along, jam-along at one of the care homes. And we brought cookies and hung out, and it was so nice. And it was really cool to have the conversation with the kids that were like, you know, some were like, well, what if I want to play one of the songs I wrote? I'm like, well, that's not what this is. This is not about us. We're not looking for praise and applause this day. This is for the seniors. This is about, you know, filling your bucket.
I love that.
Checking
That's
the karma
cute.
box. And that for lots of them, too, they haven't performed in front of anyone and they're nervous. And I'm always like, the seniors are the best ones. They're hard of hearing or they're asleep. Like, they're very easy to please. It's very chill. But yeah, then after we handed out cookies and hung out for a while and, you know, did puzzles and hung around. And they were very cute. Like, you know, I feel like kids and seniors have more in common than...
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
And then Bruised Orange, I think Ryan and I were just, you know, we were hosting friends coming through for house concerts. I love to play house concerts when I'm on tour. And being able to offer... Like, I love hosting musicians. I love being the host that I wish I had so many times, you know? Like, here's your bed, here's the Wi-Fi, there's the shower. Let me know if you need anything. Not expecting them to, like, entertain me or, like, hang out with me. Or if they want to, that's fine, too. But, like, you know. And I'm going to yoga. If you want to come, great. If you don't, that's fine, too. Like, being the host is fun. And then hosting a house concert, like, the actual concert, you know this about, like... creating a vibe. It's like, it's fun to like gather all your plants in your own living room and set up a stage and lights and like...
And it's so cozy. It's such a nice, like, intimate way to watch a performance too. I love a house concert.
It's been cool. Just like building that kind of house concert following. I always put like a public link to tickets and every house concert we've hosted, there's usually like average 25, 30 people. And every time there's at least 2 people that I don't know that like bought tickets online and take a risk, and they'll usually come back. But yeah, that's been good. So we were just hosting house concerts, and it felt like then we started like the city getting like bidding on city jobs, or like the city asking us to do programming music for Canada Day or whatever. And then it was like, well, maybe we need like a business name, not necessarily like we need a GST number and we're not doing that much business.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe for the sake of like recognition, brand recognition, like if we had a logo where people could be like, oh, those are the people who do the concerts at Whole Wheat and Honey, and the same people that do living room stuff, and they did Canada Day.
Yes, yes.
And for me, it was like about building a brand recognition, but also like trust with our town, that like you might not know the artist on this poster or on this Facebook ad, but if you see Bruised Orange logo, you know that it's going to be quality because we've never disappointed you.
Yeah.
But then that's also been tricky too in such a small town where the like, you know, the grooves are kind of set. You know, the Lido does a lot of tribute shows and dueling pianos, and there's lots of open mics in town. There's lots of cover bands, and so that's been a little tricky too, just kind of butting up against the like small town cliques and stuff where it's like, we're born and raised here and we have our own little clique of songwriters and original music makers, but like some people kind of getting a little defensive, I guess, of me saying like, oh, I only hire people who write music. Yeah. And that's not a dig or whatever. It's more of a challenge that like I know most artists that learn covers have written a song. And you're just scared.
Yeah, exactly.
And that there was a time that I only played covers, and I was scared to write a song or play a song I wrote. And
you're creating that space for people to feel comfortable to perform those songs.
Yeah, and just like I know that not every gig is for every musician. I feel that as someone who writes serious bummer songs. That like I'm not going to play your wedding after party. I'm not a 3-hour bar entertainer. Like. Yeah. No, I should be playing in your living room to 5 people. That's ideal.
Yeah. Why can't I write any songs when I feel that I belong? I'd rather write about the loss, all my struggles, the cost, stability, it's new to me. Stability, what a luxury.
I know you haven't toured as much in the last few years, but when you do tour, like what are the venues that you kind of seek out? Where do you like to play? You like house concert. I
love house concerts. If I could only play house concerts, I would do that. And I think it's, you know, for multiple reasons that like there's no overhead cost. Yeah. You can have a couple glasses of wine because you're just going to bed in the place that you played, sleeping in the venue. I like the intimacy of like usually a house concert. There isn't really sound gear. There's no microphone in front of you. It's whatever. There's no barrier between you and the audience. You're literally on the same level. Like they're on the couch right there. Yeah. And then I like, you know, it builds kind of like the fans that you get from a house concert are very different than from a venue, I find. Like not just, they're a different kind of person because they're willing to go to a stranger's house and watch music, which is intimate and vulnerable, even just to be in the audience. But then like the intimacy that's created during the show, and then that we're all just going to eat crackers and cheese and hang out at the merch table and talk. And you know, it's like and I think touring, I know that I'm like very blessed to have seen so much of this country and others, and it's like, what's the point if you're not also meeting, like really getting to know people that are there, that are from there. And I think, like, coming from a town that's, like, an ugly town with beautiful people, it's, like, there's beautiful little pockets of community everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know?
Yeah.
And
we've talked about that with other guests too,
Yeah.
like seeking out those small little communities and
touring to towns that people don't
or
usually
maybe
go
people
to.
haven't heard of, like
Yeah.
lots of small towns that we haven't heard of. What was one of your favorite like small towns that you've visited?
I think I've joked about it and mentioned it on other episodes, but there's a place in Saskatchewan called Forget, Saskatchewan, but it's pronounced Forget. And I don't remember, I think we saw some other artist, you know, posted an Instagram video of this venue and we were like, oh my God, that looks beautiful. It's like, it looks like kind of a community hall with like a stage in it, you know, and we were like, where is that? And then I creeped around and like, Forget Saskatchewan. And then like you look at it on a map and it's like, there's an old church like that had like a whole like rectory, you know, like the nuns lived there.
Yeah.
And then this community hall and then maybe 10 houses. And there's obviously lots of outlying farms and community outside of it, but it doesn't have groceries. It doesn't have gas. It doesn't like it's nothing, you know. And it has this hall that was called the Happy Nun.
Oh my gosh.
And it was, I think, 2 sisters that ran it, and one of them was a chef, and one of them was like an event planner or something. So they just nailed it. Like the food was incredible. They're selling it out at like, it was kind of like the Demet Hall, like a couple hundred people, maybe 100 people in there.
Yeah.
And they'd put in tables and you have dinner and a show, and like it was beautiful. So I like stalked them and like found like after, and it was like that thing of like once I saw one musician playing there, then everybody I knew was playing there except us, and then I was like, we got to make it happen. So we got to go there, and it was like, you know, we left Regina or whatever, we're just like driving, and all of a sudden the GPS was like, turn left to Forget Saskatchewan, and I was like, what? And it was just like a dirt road.
Yeah.
And then we had a whole all of the, you know, banter jokes were built in. We're like, we're gonna have an unforgettable evening. I think you forgot to pave your roads, because they just kept I'm sure they've heard it all before, but there's I don't even know. I think all my favorite places have been like less than 1,000 people live there. Yeah. I mean, even like Valley View, Alberta, I have friends and family there, but they have like a great concert series, a couple, Josie and Jeff, that host house concerts. And they have kind of like this vaulted ceiling log house feeling where they like people sit up the stairs and in the loft, and
oh my gosh.
But like, I don't know how many people live in Valley View, 2,000? Yeah. And they fill it, sold out, 50 people every time, and they've always got great soup or chili in the crock pot when you get there, and
Love
like it's
it.
That's
so nice.
Yeah, I haven't toured in a long time, but I trying to think about getting my beak wet.
Getting back out there.
But like, how can I only play small cafes? And I very recently went to Mackenzie for the first time for a gig. Okay. It's one of those dead end towns. There's no reason to go because it's not on the way. And now I think we've been back every year for like 3 years, just going to Mackenzie to play shows. Their like town council has been incredible about putting together summer concerts and stuff. And then this cafe, the Purple Bicycle, they moved into a bigger spot and they wanted to host a show, and like I was very surprised. I thought 10 people would be there, and it was 40 people or something. I was like, "What's your whole town?" Yeah.
And what about like a venue or festival that you want to play that you haven't played yet?
I mean, I've been off the festival circuit for a while. And festivals are hard because it's just like, you know, in the busiest days of Twin Peaks, I think I was sending out like 90 to 100 festival applications every fall. There's only 8 weekends. Yeah. And like, you know, I think our busiest summer, we got 10 festivals, and it was like every weekend. And Lindsay and I got to play Winnipeg Folk Fest, Regina Folk Fest, Vancouver Island Music Fest. Like, we played lots of the big ones. But I think Ness Creek, which is one maybe Ian mentioned, Ness Creek in Saskatchewan, that's a pretty legendary festival. I know some friends that just played Caslow Jazz Fest for the first time, and they'd been itching to do that, and just like the pictures and videos of the green room, and
it looked amazing. I was like 40 minutes away from Caslow the weekend after, and I was so sad that I hadn't been there. I planned my trip to go.
Yeah, there's always amazing. new ones popping up, and our small local
Mm-hmm.
festivals. It's been, 5 years running that Ben and Kate started, the Peace Valley Folk Fest.
Yeah.
That's been so cute and
Yeah,
amazing
it's so
to watch
fun.
it grow, and
Yeah.
like, oh my God, in our community, this feels like a real festival.
It does,
is.
and I also feel like Hudson Hope has always felt a little like it's only an hour away, but it feels, I don't know, it feels so much different from Fort St. John. It feels like you're down south or something.
Well, and getting close to that, Pine Pass, mountain pass, as soon as you get to Heart Lake, and you're like, oh, it does feel kind
such a
of
different
Kootenai.
vibe. It does, yeah, totally does. And then going down there and having that festival experience, and the merch bus and stuff, you don't feel like you're only an hour
the tree
away from Fort
planters
St.
just
John.
come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, where are
That's
we?
always the best.
It's so great.
Yeah, you get to a festival and you're like, where are these people the rest of the year? They just show up out of nowhere. I don't know. There's endless venues and festivals that I could have on my bucket list. But at this point, I love the intimacy of house concerts. And I like, telling stories and making people laugh and cry and being able to see up close all their reactions, collect their tears. But yeah, I'm also venturing into starting a bit of a punk band. We'll see when this comes out. It might be a reality. So that would be wild too if I get into a punk scene. Just the difference in venue that means playing after bedtime and wearing earplugs and dark, loud bars, which is not usually my thing, but
trying out something different. Yeah. You're working on your third album right now, your third solo album. How's that going?
Good. I've got one. Right now I have one song left, but when this comes out, it will probably be done.
Yeah.
And I'm working with Corwin Fox, who did my first 2 solo albums. He's in Cumberland on the island. Really cool vibes. This one has, it's always after the album's kind of done and I'm typing out lyrics and listening to mixes. That's when I notice the theme, the overarching theme. So this one is definitely a lot of religious trauma folk songs. So the first record was called Piece by Piece, and the second record was called Stability. And I thought that, third record, it was going to be this upward trajectory. But this one, I think, is going to be called Times Like These, which is maybe a plateau. It's not, it hasn't gotten better or worse. This is just what's happening now. And it's a lot of feelings, but I think relatable. And Corwin is always very good about encouraging me just to you've had the feeling, you wrote the song, and we're going to record it for archival sake. And if it never is released or whatever, at least you know that you marked this moment in time where you felt these things. And if you're that kind of writer, which I am, where you this is how I process my lived experience and being a human being. And it does feel to close the loop, you have to feel it, write it, record it, and then hopefully play it live in front of people, have them receive it however. And it is, COVID times, it was coming to grips with, why do we do this? Why do I play live music? Am I just a narcissist? Do I just need people to clap and smile? And it's no, I need to sing my feelings at you and have you be I got divorced last year and that song. And I'm yeah, we're all the same.
Yes.
One of us. So, I don't know what the question was, but
no,
that's where we ended up. Third album. That's what it was.
Third album. And where do we find your music?
Oh, it's probably on the internet if I remembered to renew my things. ADHD, I have a website that's sometimes updated.
And social media accounts?
Yeah. Not very active on the old socials. I'm dreaming of
it's hard.
only having an email list because I currently hate the internet and social media. And I would love to just be pen pals with people who like my music.
That's very
but how do you get the emails? You have to go out and play the shows, or you have to get on social media and say, join my email list. Anyways, It's going to be great. By the
But
time this comes out...
currently you have social media.
Oh, yes.
And
There's
you have a
social
website.
media. It's just very... yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe when this comes out, I'll be blowing up on Instagram.
Yeah, time will tell. And you make a lot of your own merch. Tell me about your merch. I love your merch.
Well, now I am diagnosed and medicated, but it's still very much ADHD-driven merch. Just, I like to make stuff, and even, like, household things. I'm like, oh, I want that for my wall. I could probably make it, you know?
Oh, I feel like we spent like probably half a day last year or the year before, I don't know, going to the thrift stores together looking for crew necks, plain crew necks with no logos, nothing on them. We found several.
Yes.
So that you could hand embroider stuff onto
this is the audacity of my brain. So I've been doing a lot of, like, buying, thrifting, you know, hats, like ball caps, toques, crew necks, t-shirts, in whatever size, whatever color. So they're all one of a kind. Embroider my little saying on it or lyrics or whatever. It does have my name. I have a little tag with my name. So yeah, I like have been embroidering leather bookmarks.
Cute.
I got into polymer clay. I was making earrings, but then I'm very bad at, like, you know, the earrings. I just was selling them at a festival and they were just, like, hanging on a thing. There's no, like, it doesn't say my name. It doesn't have my website. It's like, so is it merch if it's not?
Yeah.
If you can't find me or remember where you got them. So yeah, it's, the creative part is easy. The business part is tricky. I was just telling Adam that I need like a support tour mate, you know, like an emotional support tour mate to be like, okay, but that's fun, but I need somebody to hold my hand and teach me to be grown up.
It's hard. It's hard to be creative and a grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's one of our questions we ask everyone. How the heck do you sustain this creative life? Adderall. No. Yeah. Not a sponsor yet. No, in my show I joke about BetterHelp being a sponsor. I'm like, I wish I could get BetterHelp or, like, the way podcasts get sponsors. Yeah. Why can't you have sponsors of your live show being like, this unhinged live music brought to you by BetterHelp. Use promo code Naomi's Bonkers.
Well, maybe you'll get that now.
Yeah. Not a sponsor, should be a sponsor.
Okay, Naomi, you're going to play us a song on the show. What are you playing for us?
I'm going to play the title track off the forthcoming record, Times Like These. And it's up there with one of the saddest songs I've written, but it's one of those ones that I wrote, you know, cathartically for myself to get through what was going on. And so far, anytime I've played it, people are very receptive. And I think all of us love hearing a song where it feels like they went inside your brain and expressed exactly what you were feeling, and maybe you didn't know how or what you were feeling or whatever. So having it hit people like that is the best. And then it's one of those songs where, because I wrote it just to get through my own stuff, it was like a lot of ugly crying, making myself cry, which is a bit indulgent, right? Like, it's like watching yourself cry in the mirror, but, like, oh my God, that's the saddest line I ever wrote. Like, and then making myself cry, singing it over and over. But trying to get past that so that as soon as I'm not ugly crying singing it, I could sing it for other people. Yeah. And it was a thing that it was just like, I was grieving a lot of stuff. I had a couple hard summers of personal stuff happening and not choosing to not go on tour because I didn't feel stable. And I felt like I needed to stay home and just landscape and garden and be a regular person. And where we live, the summer's kind of the only nice time, and it turns out it was nice. Yeah. So I've done that for 2 summers. And yeah, and having all this sad stuff happen and just putting myself in the position to, like, let it overwhelm me because I don't have to pretend I'm okay. Yeah. I don't have to get on a stage and, like, blah, 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 I'm so crazy. Like, no, I could just actually be sad and crazy alone. And yeah, and that song, it's just, you know, the very common experience of grief where something terrible happens and some sort of protective part of us wants to believe we deserve it or we did something karmically to make it happen. And like, how could I write a song to kind of release myself of that?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to play. It's called Times Like These.
Can't wait to hear it. All right. Thanks for being on the show in a different way, Naomi.
I mean, thanks for letting me sit across from you rather than beside you.
You're so welcome.
We might have to switch it. You're going to have to write a song to perform.
Oh, shoot.
Wait.
Oh, my God.
Boom.
Boom. Mic drop.
Times like these, wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone listening up there. In times like these, oh, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone up there. Nobody knows what to say or how to help. What will be, might be true, but that's a hard sell. I'm moving on in the best way I know how. I'll play these cards that I've been dealt. In times like these, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone listening up there. In times like these, oh, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone up there. Maybe in a year, maybe it takes 5 to understand the meaning or find a reason why. It was never about my worth or what I deserve, so I'll just let it lie. In times like these, oh, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone listening up there. In times like these, oh, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone up there. Take my sorrows to the garden, plant the seeds, soak the earth with salty tears, and try to dream new dreams. I'm letting go of who I thought I'd be, and finding space in the in-between. In times like these, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone listening up there. In times like these, oh, I wish I believed in prayer. Wish I believed there was someone up there. Wish I believed, I wish I believed. In times like these, I wish I believed.
We would like to thank our listeners and viewers for tuning in, TELUS STORYHIVE for funding this project and making it possible, Our behind-the-scenes team, including Jesse McCollum on video editing, animating, and visuals, Matt Stanier for song mixing, and Larissa Scriven for logo art and design. Additional thanks go to Oho Storyworks and Bruised Orange Productions. We are grateful always to be working, living, and creating in Treaty 8 territory on the traditional lands of the Daneza.